Chill Panic Diaries, episode something. It's November something. The 4th. It's the 4th of 2025. I have 40,000, I almost have 41,000 subscribers. Been focusing heavily on Suno content. But this has nothing to do with YouTube. This is just, I just had a thought from earlier that I wanted to finish on camera. I was going to make a joke about finishing on camera. But anyways, so I've been listening to this podcast called Founders, where he reads a bunch of biographies about successful folks and founders of big companies and stuff. And then I've been listening to How to Take Over the World, which is a similar podcast, but he goes over, I guess, older folks and like conquerors and stuff. I don't know. It's a little more broad. Like, it's got Thomas Edison, Napoleon, Genghis Khan, and stuff like that. And I've been finding it really interesting because I would like to read more biographies, but at the same time, I kind of like just being able to delve into something for 2 hours and kind of get the whole story without having to listen to like a 16-hour biography audiobook. But I've realized that in my life, many times I've told myself like, hey, I need to listen to this type of thing, or I need to read this type of book and do a certain amount of these types of books, so that way I have more knowledge in this type of area, or have like a new thing in my mind of like a category of things to pull from. And I think that's good. But also I've realized it never fucking works out. Ever. It never works out. Anytime I'm trying to force myself to read a certain type of thing, if anything, it makes me not want to read that even more. Like, I just used my Audible credit this month to get a book on songwriting, because I've been focusing more on Suno tutorials. And I've been thinking a lot about AI and music, and I'm like, what the fuck is in my tooth? But I've been thinking, like, what's the core thing that AI music doesn't change? And that's like the songwriting, because AI lyrics just sound bland and just sounds like something you'd write when you're 13 years old trying to write your first song. I don't know. I was 9 when I wrote my first song, and I think that's better than what AI lyrics do. I don't know. You be the judge. He was there for a minute. The next he was gone. I don't know why he left. I think he found a new home. All I know is this much. I miss my dog. I used to listen to a lot of country music as a child. And that was about my dog, Axel, running away. I don't remember if he's the one that actually ran away or not. But anyway, I just was thinking today, I was like, why the fuck am I trying to steer my creativity? I've written so many fucking songs. And really the best way to get better at writing songs, in my opinion, is not reading about writing songs. It's just writing more songs. So I just need to write songs. And I don't know. It's kind of like I also read the Tao Te Ching a few times, and I think that had some influence in this thinking that I'm having, which is basically just, I don't want to steer my creativity based on financial goals or goals of success. Like, if you want to learn music production, yeah, you should probably watch videos about music production. If you want to get better at cooking, maybe get a cookbook. But if the goal doesn't feel authentic, and like the curiosity element doesn't feel authentic, and you're not actually driven to read that thing, it's because it's not that I'm driven to read about songwriting. In the past, when I first started writing songs and like taking it seriously and I wanted to get better, that's like all I would fucking read about and look up YouTube videos about. But that's just not what I want to listen to or learn at this point in my life. So I think there's just, I feel like just everybody kind of has an inner compass of curiosity that leads you to consume. This has got to be the worst video I've made on this channel. The least informative and the least interesting. Well, I don't know, I did make a video about us getting a fucking snake out of the garage, and he couldn't even see the snake until the end. But yeah, I just think that perhaps trying to force yourself to be interested in something that you're not interested in for the sake of financial gain or some other type of success just is a bad idea, because you're going against the grain. In the Tao Te Ching, it says that the Taoist practices non-action, a wordless teaching, achieves without dwelling on achievement, and so never loses. So maybe you point at the thing you want, you go towards it, but you can't, I can't express what I'm trying to express. I'm trying to say that, like, that curiosity inside you is like a magical thing. So if you've ever thought to yourself, like, I should read this for this, but it's like also makes you feel like I don't want to read that, then maybe just don't read that. Unless, I mean, sometimes you just gotta dig a hole with a shovel. You gotta dig a hole with a shovel. Like, you know, your family's in crisis and they're starving, and, you know, you're like, maybe I should learn about making money. Maybe, even if you're not super curious about it, maybe you should keep your family from starving and learn about making money, for sure. But at that point, I mean, just get a job or something. I don't know. I've been eating gluten again. Look at that lazy eye. That eye don't want to do no work. It's just lazy. So that's all I got for you today.